And welcome to Plymouth and Zachary Playfield for Northwest Suburban Conference Softball. It is Park Center paying a visit to Armstrong here. Wet fields over at the high school, forcing Armstrong out here to Zachary, just about 6 blocks away. And this used to be their home park years ago and still used a lot for lower level games as well. So not too big of a difference here as you get a look at the teams meeting with the umpires here. Both teams coming in with one victory on the season. So competitive matchup perhaps coming into this one, as each team trying to get things going a little bit. Both of their wins were non-conference victories too, so somebody's going to pick up their first conference victory here today. We can be pretty sure of that. Windy, but much better weather than what we've had in some of the recent days here, and finally able to get this one in. Park Center, the batting order for Nina Mathers and the Pirates will look like this. Maya Petrick, the left fielder, will lead it off. Hannah Rowan, the shortstop, will hit second. Sam Torborg hitting third and catching. Kristen Audette, the second baseman, hits fourth. Jessa Holden, the pitcher, hits fifth. Cheyenne Kennedy at third base. Kiara Hurt at first base. Emily Grant in right, and Casey Johnson in center field for the Pirates, who Coach was telling us have been kind of victimized by one big inning in a lot of their losses, where they've had things kind of get away from them all at once and having to fight back. Here's a look at the defense for Joe Fatante and the Armstrong Falcons. Kaylin Leonard at third base, Alyssa Eggstead at short, Summer Christensen at second, Danielle Sorensen at first base, Hannah Bachmeyer, Maddie Clare, and Allie Burns, a veteran outfielding group. Mary Isaac is the catcher, and doing the pitching will be Leah Baker for the Falcons here this afternoon, as they took it to Minneapolis Southwest in their most recent game, and trying to build on that a little bit, I guess, Jim.
Yeah, it's you got to start somewhere, and they've played. Armstrong's played several very close games in conference, and it's they're just looking for that little break to get over the hump.
There's a look at Nina Mathers, the Pirates head coach. Both of these coaches took over as head coaches for their programs last year, although kind of different circumstances. Nina Mathers was a player for the Pirates and was an assistant with them, whereas Joe Fatante pretty much came in completely out of the area with he had been working down in the youth softball down in more in the southern metro, southwest metro, and applied for the Armstrong job and got it last year, and they went all the way to section final in section 6. In fact, they were the team coming into the championship without a loss. And it was, they didn't have a great record, but they played well in sections. Ultimately, Hopkins, though, ended up sweeping them. But still, for the players that come back from that team, it has to be, something that you can strive for and say, you know what, we've still got possibilities to do good things.
Oh, yeah, and that's the kind of thing that you can start building a program around. I know, each of these coaches are in their second year, and, they're going to try and start and build a tradition and just keep things going. So, hopefully they can play off of that section performance, and we'll see what they got today.
Asking Coach Fatante, he said, we're kind of rounding into form now, just kind of getting it a little bit more here. We didn't, win-loss-wise, haven't had the start that they would have liked to have, but as Jim said, they've played some of the better teams in the conference already, and for the most part have held in the game. Not, maybe not every single time, but a 2-1 loss to a pretty good Centennial team, and a 4-1 loss to Elk River, not too bad. Minnetonka beating them 3-2 again, not too bad. So, the wins haven't been there, but the performances have been generally not too awful bad. So look at Baker completing her warm-up tosses here. The field appears to be, definitely soft, but not in too bad a shape, and better shape than what Armstrong's field is in, so that's why we're here. Oh, yeah.
It was basically unplayable over there, but the dirt, the quality of the dirt here, it's not the wetness, it's just the type of dirt they use is a little bit softer than what you normally see. So we'll see if that comes into play at all.
Maya Petrick will lead it off. She is hitting .471 for the Pirates this year.
Leah Baker is basically throwing a fastball and a changeup. She has not been pitching that long. She started kind of full-time pitching last year for Armstrong. And it takes a while to get used to the flow of pitching a full 7-inning game.
I think for younger pitchers like that too, you kind of have to work in stages in terms of, perfecting maybe a couple things at a time and not looking to immediately jump in and have, a 6-pitch repertoire, things like that.
You can. I mean, you can survive on a fastball and a changeup. And, if you got good location, hitting your spots, and you've got somebody calling pitches who's really good at it. And if you spend your time trying to work on all sorts of exotic pitches, it just takes away from your ability to work on the mechanics and get the fastball in there.
Petrick ahead in the count, 2-1 here as she tries to get on to start the top of the first for the Pirates. Hits the ball hard, and that one will get through for a base hit to left. So Petrick, as we said, pretty good offensive numbers coming in, and she delivers a single to start the game here for Park Center. And Hannah Ruin will step up, and Hannah's had a really good year so far for them, hitting .500. 5 extra base hits already, all of them doubles, and has driven in 5 as well. So see if they get anything started on the bases, but they also definitely want to allow Hannah a chance to hit here, I think. Runner is going, throw down is in time, and the out recorded. Strong throw coming up there by Isaac, and the tag slapped on.
Yeah, that was just well played. That throw was exactly where he needs to be. The shortstop's just coming over, grabs the ball, it's right there. And you can see how the runner slowed down, getting in that soft dirt and just kind of put on the brakes there.
Boy, you could tell right away, maybe a great jump by Petrick, and it was obvious to us back here that if they execute, if the throw's there and there's no bobble, that they're going to probably have her out, and that's exactly what happened.
It's good picking up for the defense.
That one's over for a strike. Yeah, you kind of wipe out that first hit and start back from nobody on base here if you're the defense, so good boost for them. Baker leaving it up high, so Ruin will draw a walk here with 1 out. He's been working a little bit high in the zone so far. I'm sure that Baker would like to remedy that a little bit.
Yeah, every time you get in the circle, things are a little bit different. The way the footing feels, the way the pitching rubber sits, and it can take a little time to get adjusted.
Sam Torborg popping one up. The catch made, and they're going to get a double play as Ruin was breaking off and didn't get a good read on that one. And so the catch made there by Kaylin Leonard at third base, and then they'll double the runner off and get out of the inning. So
that's the kind of mental error you just can't have if you want to win these close games.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on for Park Center in the first, as they will get the inning-ending double play. So Armstrong will send up this lineup to begin the game here at the bottom of the first. Kaylin Leonard, the third baseman, leads it off. Maddie Clare in center. Danielle Sorensen at first base. Mary Isaac catching. Leah Baker doing the pitching. Summer Christensen at second base. Alyssa Eggstead at short. Allie Burns in right field, and Hannah Bachmeyer, the left fielder, hitting in the 9 slot for the Falcons. And here's the defense for Coach Mathers and the Pirates. Kennedy at third, Rowan at shortstop, Audette at second, and Hurd at first base. Petrick, Johnson, and Grant in the outfield. Torborg, the catcher, and Jessa Holden doing the pitching for Park Center. And she's another one that's really not super experienced, but coming on strong. And Coach Mathers was saying how much she's improved from a year ago. Hadn't been really a pitcher for very long, but has done a lot of good work.
Yeah, she does have a longer history of pitching in summer ball, since she was a youngster. But she throws a variety of pitches, and we'll see which ones are working for her today. It
does seem like the wind has actually died down since the beginning of the game, even though the beginning of the game was only 5 minutes ago or so. But that
was pretty strong. Blowing out to right.
Could change a little bit too. There's a look at Joe Fatani. It was a pretty exciting run, I think, for Armstrong fans and players last year. Based on their regular season, you didn't necessarily see that coming in, but it was kind of a a section that was a little bit wide open, and they came in and beat some teams early on in that tournament and ended up getting, as we said, ousted by Hopkins, but it was still a pretty good thing for their program. Kaylin Leonard takes a strike here. She's hitting .421 so far for the Falcons. And a little liner over shortstop and into short left center. That'll be a base hit for Leonard to start things out here for Armstrong. So, like Park Center, a leadoff base hit.
Yeah, we'll see if they start playing a small ball game. Start playing for one run early. I would think not at this stage, but we'll have to see.
Maddie Clare, a .285 average so far for the Falcons, and she does offer at it. It is a strike. Yeah, just based on looking at scores from these teams, you kind of expect that there'll be some runs. It's more than likely not, likely to be a 2-1 game or something like that. So might influence.
Although
a little
Armstrong's
bit.
Played a couple of those.
Yeah, that's true. Here's a pitch left way up high.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, one thing that I think we'll see is the the pitching is a little slower than some of the other pitchers in the conference.
Back to Holden. They get the out at second. Relay to first base, not in time. So Claire aboard on a fielder's choice, but hard one hopper right back to the pitcher left really no chance for Leonard to get to second on this one.
Yeah, no, it was a good play as well. Well turned at shortstop. There's just not enough time to get it done.
Danielle Sorensen will step in here for Armstrong. Takes first pitch for a ball. Sitting at .272 so far for Armstrong. So they elect to not go bunt, or they didn't get the bunt down anyway on the first attempt, and it results in a fielder's choice. Ball and a strike here to Sorensen.
Yeah, we'll see if that inability to get the bunt down hurts him.
And there is a base hit into left field, and checking in at second is Claire. So Sorensen delivers a single. Didn't crush it, but put it in a good spot right between third and short.
One down.
And so Mary Isaac will be the hitter now for Armstrong with 2 on and 1 out. Isaacs had a first pitch for a ball. Isaac's had a good year with the bat so far, hitting .428, and she's already thrown out a base runner as well, so maybe give her a little confidence at the plate based on what she did in the field. Tapper grabbed by the pitcher, throw to third, and the tag is applied there. Is not quite able to find the bag was Kennedy. She wasn't going to worry about that. Got the tag on. So
yeah. It's a good heads-up play rather than trying to look around and say, I got to get the base.
So 2 outs. Runners at first and second still now, and Leah Baker is the batter. A swing and a miss, but the pitch gets away, and so both runners are going to move up. Sorensen over to third and Isaac to second. Baker hitting .214 so far for the Falcons, but a great chance to knock in a run or maybe even 2.
Kind of a short backstop here. I'm not sure that had there been a runner on third, had that bunt been successful and we wound up with the runner on third, should have been able to score.
And there's a liner to left. Baker's hit will score a run. Second runner held up, and Baker's going to dig for second and make it. So Armstrong on the scoreboard first as Leah Baker delivers a line single to left.
Yeah, 3 nice, solidly hit balls. Not crushed, but what you got to do is get the barrel of the bat on the ball and make good contact. And good things happen.
Summer Christensen up there. The second baseman fouls the first pitch back. So Armstrong now leading 1-0, but boy, you don't want to squander. They want to be greedy here and see if they can get another 1 or 2 in with runners at second and third and 2 outs. And a little soft liner, and that one's going to hang up and be caught with no problem there for Audette. So Christensen pops out. Armstrong done on the first, although they do come up with the first run of the game. 1 run on 3 hits, and they leave a couple. After an inning complete, it is 1-0 Armstrong.
of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Good day to be outside for the K9 fans as well here at Zachary Field in Plymouth. It is 1-0 Armstrong after 1 here on CCX Sports. We go to the top of the second inning. Kristen Audette, Jessa Holden, and Cheyenne Kennedy, the scheduled batters here for Park Center, the 4, 5, 6 hitters. They did get a runner on in the first, but then a caught stealing, and then the next batter walked, and a double play ball on a line out, or really a pop out that I think the base runner lost track of where the ball was and was doubled off. So Pirates not much to show for getting first couple people on, but they're going to try and restart here in the second as Audette will get set to hit.
Yeah, base runners are hard to come by, and when you lose 2 runners on the bases in 1 inning, it's not usually a recommended way to put together big innings and win games.
Audette hitting .313 this year. I guess on the flip side of that is, you have confidence that, okay, we're not just getting mowed down, we are getting people on. So
right.
Changeup misses up high to Audette. And hits a rope out to left field, and it is overhead. And digging for second is Audette. She's going to have to hang in there with a double. Hard hit line drive. I think it, fooled her a little bit there as Bachmeyer went for it, but hard to tell if she would have had a chance at that one or not. Just had to reach up. It was hit so hard, there was no way to go back on it.
Yeah, and those line drives right at you, they're tough to read a lot of times.
So score it as a double for Audette, and Holden will be the batter for Park Center. To Bachmeyer's credit, she didn't panic or pout when it went over her head.
No.
She turned and got it back in a hurry. So Holden with a good chance to at least move the runner over. Bunts at it, misses, throw to third is into the runner. And so Audette will pick up a stolen base there. You get the defense moving like that. And
yeah, the shortstop was coming over. She got there in time.
Makes it a tougher throw though, and you put a little pressure on the defense when there's moving parts like that. Throw in into the body of Audette, so she's safe at third, and now Holden a chance to bring her in. Out front of the changeup there. 0-2 count here to Holden. And a little tapper. This should score the run. They'll go to first base and get the out, but Audette comes in with Park Center's first run, and we are even up at 1 apiece. So Holden will get an RBI there. She put the ball in play, and this early in the game, Armstrong wasn't going to mess around, trying to get cut the runner at the plate.
No, and that's what you want to do. A nice productive at bat, and I'm guessing that on that first pitch, she was not trying to bunt the ball, and was able to hold back and then just put the ball in play, get the run in.
Cheyenne Kennedy, the batter here for Park Center. So 1 out, nobody on, but they have tied the game up. Kennedy pops it up. It's going to be onto the roof of the Park Center dugout. Both teams, both programs may be kind of going through a little bit of a thinner time, but they've had some success. Park Center won state titles not terribly long ago when they were in the middle-sized class at that time, when there were 3 classes in 2A, and Armstrong. It's been a few years back, but they had some pretty strong success. Won a state championship in, I believe it was 2001. to third, a tough ball, and she didn't stay down on that one. It gets through Leonard, and Kennedy will be aboard on the error.
Yeah, take a look at the ways that she goes after this ball. Just kind of lets it play her. You know, you always want to attack ground balls like that and get them before they're bouncing right at your feet.
So Kiara Hurt will be the batter. First error of the game there, charged to Armstrong. And this one bunted foul. I'm not going to say it was an easy chance though for Leonard. I mean, I think error is the correct call, but it was it was a little bit of an in-betweener, and like you said, maybe stayed back on it, let it play her a little bit. Hurt fouling one back.
That's one thing you hear a lot, that you know, the good players always get the easy bounces. Well, that's because they're getting in good position and they make the bounces easy.
That one's way up high and gets away, and Isaac has to just retrieve it here. So a wild pitch puts Kennedy down to second. Change up, and she fights it off.
It's a really nice changeup that Baker has.
Yeah, it clearly fooled her, but she did a good job of keeping her hands back so she could at least flick it out of play and not swing and miss. That one's up high. So 2-2 count here to Hurd, hitting with a runner at second and one out. Pirates have tied it up at one and looking to go ahead. Fouling that one away.
You're right on that swing.
High pop up. And that one is going to drop in. There might be a play at third. The throw gets away, and everyone's safe. Armstrong not getting underneath that one. So
yeah, there was just a miscommunication out there. I mean, it looked like any one of those three fielders could have caught it. Second baseman's drifting back, and then I guess it was her ball.
Call it a base hit there, although obviously not well played defensively there, but it'll drop in. So runners at second and third, and one out here for Armstrong. And you know, the breeze a little bit of an issue, but boy, they were just all pretty hesitant looking at that ball.
Well, and the breeze is 180 degrees different than it was at the beginning of the game. It's now blowing in from right field.
Emily Grant, the right fielder, will hit now. Great chance for the Pirates to go in front here. Gets the bunt down. It's a good one. Now the runner retreating, and they're going to be everyone safe. The bases will be loaded up. As Kennedy, I don't think, had a real great break off at third here, and she probably wisely so pulls up, although ultimately the ball ended up being dropped by Isaac, but she couldn't know that was going to happen.
Right, you don't know what's going to happen.
So Casey Johnson will hit with the bases full here for the Pirates. First pitch, a strike. And a liner into right center for a base hit. It should score a pair. Here comes the throw. There might be a play. She is safe. And now the hitter Johnson moves up to second on the throw in. So Casey Johnson delivering a big single to knock in a pair, and Park Center leads it 3-1.
Yeah, if Baker lets that throw go through, it may have had a chance of getting there a little bit quicker. And then once she did cut it off, she could have gone to third base. But you know, those are things that when you're fielding that cutoff position, your eyes are on the ball and you can't see what's going on. You got to listen to your teammates. And
yep, primarily the catcher, I think, there is the one who is, you know, should be directing traffic. And I could see why they thought there was at least a chance to get her at home.
It was a close play.
So Petrick will hit here for Park Center. They lead it 3-1, and still a chance to add more. Runners at second and third. Takes the first pitch up high for a ball. Park Center, in their only win, put up 8 against Armstrong's district rival Cooper. And you can kind of see by some of their batting stats that for a team that only has 1 win, that they have hit the ball some. So it stopped there on that one in the dirt, as Isaac able to get hold of it.
Yeah, well, if they could prevent that one big inning that seems to come back and bite them every game.
And there's ball 4. So Petrick walks to load him up, as Baker having some difficulties here a little bit in this inning, and obviously her defense has let her down on a couple of them as well. So Rowan will be the batter here for Park Center. Bases full, 1 out. They lead 3-1 here, top of the 2nd.
Yeah, that's a tough situation to put a pitcher in when the defense is off a little bit, because then the pitcher has to feel like she's got to, get a strikeout and get, really pitch more than she's able to. And I noticed she was throwing the ball a little bit faster than last hitter.
In the dirt there, and a nice stop. So 1-1. Sun drifting behind the clouds for the first time here, and we haven't seen the sun much lately. I was thinking at the beginning of the game it might be a little bit something they have to adjust to. And that one will be through for a base hit. 1 run will score. Second runner being sent as well. Flip to the plate.
That's
is in time. No, drop the ball. Drop the ball. It's safe at home. So both runners will score as the slide freed this ball up. They definitely had Johnson, but she will end up scoring.
And then the bobble was compounded by not looking right towards third base. As the catcher, you don't have to wait for the umpire to make the call, because the play is still going on.
So the hitter is Torborg, as they have now batted around. And looking at that again, it wasn't as clear cut as maybe it first seemed that Isaac had. I don't know that she ever really fully lost the ball, but may have not had complete control of it.
Yeah, I mean, watching it live, I could see that the ball was moving around.
Change up, dribble down the third baseline. So Park Center really coming up big here in the 2nd inning. Had a couple of runners lost on base in the first, but they have come through here with 5 runs already and not done yet. They've still got the good part of their lineup too here with the third hitter up at the plate here, Torborg, followed by Audette, who started the inning with a double. Hop up down the third baseline, playable
Nice play.
and caught. Battling the fence there and making the grab. And now the runner heading to third is tagged out. And that's going to be a double play. They lost track of how many outs.
That's right. Armstrong went trotting off the field, and Park kind of figured that out too. And that was an odd play, but
so Park
chalk
Center.
it up as another double play.
Yep, that's right. 5 runs in the inning for Park Center. They lead it 5-1. We'll be back with the bottom of the 2nd.
The color in my garden keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. They're my savior. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Welcome back here to Zachary Playfield's in Plymouth. Park Center now staked to a 5-1 lead. A strange ending of that inning, but it was still a very good inning for Park Center as they had a double play turned against them when it looked like both teams really lost track of how many outs there were on that foul pop-out. Got a runner doubled off. So Eggstead, Burns, and Bachmeyer will hit here in the second.
Yeah, you occasionally see a team, run a little bit of trickery and try and fool the other team. But I don't think that was the case this time. I think they were just confused.
It was an inning that had a lot go on, and still you don't want to forget how many outs there are, but I could see a little bit how that inning was a little disjointed, and how you might lose track a little bit easier than some.
And long. A lot of base runners.
Eggstead, the shortstop, hitting in the 7th spot here for Armstrong. They scored 1 run in the first. And they hit the ball pretty well in that inning, 3 base hits. So, like we said about Park Center, I mean, I think Armstrong feels confident that they can get some hits and some runs in this one. And up the middle, and that one will get through. So Eggstead leads off the second with a base hit. And Allie Burns will bat for Armstrong.
Yeah, even if the shortstop gets to that ball, unlikely to be able to throw around. Wasn't hit that hard, and then on the soft track out here.
This one flagged down. Oh, and an errant throw, however, as she didn't turn her body at all. But Holden, I think, heard somebody say too, and was not really planning to go that way and really rushed it.
Yeah, there's a cardinal rule in softball: never change your mind. And so, she was all set to throw to first, and then she heard apparently the coach yelling 2-2-2, and she tried to change up at the last instant.
So an error on the pitcher Holden. Bachmeyer will be the hitter. Bachmeyer, as I recall, kind of had some big plays, big hits in that section tournament last year from the bottom of the order, delivering some good stuff, and see what she can do here in this at bat. Takes it up high for a ball. Has not had a ton of success at the plate this year, hitting in the 136 range there, but
saving it up for the postseason.
Yeah, got a good opportunity here, and she's ahead in the count, so 3-0. So Holden trying to kind of shake off that little mental mistake there in her errant throw. That one's over for a strike. And strike 2.
Let's see if Holden can go all the way back from the 3-0 count.
And that one is down low for ball 4. So Bachmeyer, a patient at bat, will end up working out a walk, and the bases are loaded up now for the top of the order, Kaylin Leonard.
Send out a pitcher to start loosen up over there.
Leonard slicing one down the right field line. It is fair. It'll score at least 1. Second runner being waved home. Here's the throw, and it is not in time. Sliding around the tag was Burns, and it's a 5-3 ball game.
Yeah, that ball was slicing away from the right fielder. Nothing she could do with that. Came up and made a good throw.
Only question was whether it was going to stay fair, and it was by about 2 feet.
Yeah, and a good slide to the outside. Down to the foul territory, away from where the throw was coming from.
So Leonard will move up to second as well, second and third, and nobody out for Maddie Clare. That one just misses, 1-1.
That's one of those little details, that slide, where she slid way out to the left and grabbed the base with her hand as she went by. It's one of those details that can win you games, and a lot of people don't pay attention to that so much. And it's good to see these kids doing it.
Hit hard to short. They're going to go to first, get the out there. Run scores on the play, and Armstrong's to within 1. So Claire gets an RBI. Not a super easy chance there for Rowan, but she gets the out at first for the first out. And Danielle Sorensen will be the hitter. First pitch taken for a strike. Sorensen singled and scored the first run of the game for Armstrong. Up the middle, Rowan's gonna come to the plate this time. Throw is not in time. It was just a little high, and a good break off third by Leonard. She got to the plate in a hurry, and she will beat the tag and score.
Yeah, good low throw might have had her. It would have been a close play, but.
So Mary Isaac will be the batter. Sorensen on a fielder's choice, gets a run batted in. So Armstrong answering Park Center's big inning in the top of the second with one of their own here in the bottom to tie it up.
That's that kind of inning that Park Center Ice seems to have.
The third. They get the out there, throw to first base. Not in time, but nice play.
Nice play, yeah.
So Baker will be the batter with a runner at first now and 2 outs. Pitch high and outside. Baker knocked in the first run of the game here for the Falcons.
It's always good when you can step up and help your own cause.
Sky high pop up. And called for and caught there by Audette. So the Falcons are done in the second inning. However, they tie it up with 4 runs in the inning. We've completed 2. A lot of offense early. It's 5-5 here, the Pirates and the Falcons.
I rescued Toast from a shelter in 2011. I love Toast because she's a lazy diva. Toast does whatever she wants, obviously. She's sleeping right now. She's an epic snuggler. She's so comforting. She's so loving. Toast makes me laugh. When I walked into the shelter, I knew right then that she was special.
Lots of runs, lots of hits in the early going here as it's a 5-5 ball game after 2. We go to inning number 3, and Park Center looking to retake the lead here as they will have Audette and Holden and Kennedy getting set to bat here.
You can come in and pick all the fish you want. All right?
Audette, who doubled her first time up, getting set to lead it off here as Park Center scored 5 runs in the top of the second, and Armstrong, who had led 1-0, then answered with 4 in their half of the frame. So Dad able to hold up her swing on that pitch up around the shoulders.
Those high pitches always look so inviting.
That one over on the inner part of the plate for a strike. Big cut and a miss there.
Yeah, Baker's done a pretty good job of keeping the ball away from the middle of the plate. Working the corners, throwing high.
Oh, and drills that one into her teammate in the on-deck circle there as Holden took one off the non-pitching arm anyway.
Well, and they changed the rule this year to make sure that the batters are lined up behind or the on-deck hitters are behind the batter.
Didn't help that time.
It didn't help.
This ball might have hit her foot, and it did. Odette will be aboard. And so Holden will bat here for Park Center with a runner on first and nobody out. See, Holden knocked in a run with a ground out her first time through. And this ball gets away. And that is going to allow Odette to advance. Call that one a pass ball as it just wasn't squeezed effectively there by Isaac. A little bit inside, taken for a ball there by Holden.
Oh, just missed. Again, when you work the edges of the strike zone, if you can be off just a little bit and get yourself in some pretty deep holes.
And that one is up high, so Holden will draw a walk. First two have reached base here for Park Center in inning number 3. And we're going to have a courtesy runner here. It looks like Alexis Colbert will come in to run for Holden. So Cheyenne Kennedy will be the batter here for Park Center.
Yes.
After your team comes and scores a bunch of runs, tie up the game, the last thing you want to do is start putting the runners on base.
That one is way up high, and both runners will move up on the wild pitch.
Yeah, especially without the benefit of a hit. So.
There's a strike. Well, my one early prediction has very much come true that we weren't going to see a 2-1, 3-2 kind of game here anyway. Never know what'll happen from here on, but it certainly seems like there'll be plenty of base runners. And got away, but not quite far enough.
Yeah, that's what you want to do as a catcher, is to just control the ball. You don't have to try and catch it, because a lot of times when you try and catch it, that's when it gets past you completely.
That one's up high, and you also you give the base runner the impression that you know where it is and that it's not too far away too. I think if you look confident how you handle it, it helps too. And
with nobody out and a struggling pitcher, you probably don't want to take unnecessary chances.
Popped up, out of play. Another foul, and this time into the backstop. Pops another one up and out of play.
Waiting for her pitch, falling off the one she doesn't like.
Right side now.
And able to lay off that one up and out of the zone. So back-to-back walks issued by Baker here. And so they are loaded up now for Kiara Hurt. Park Center trying to take that lead back. Squibber to third. They'll get the out at third. A run scores. So the first out of the inning recorded, but Audette comes in with the go-ahead run, and it is 6-5. Might have been a play to make at home there, but didn't want to risk a throw, I guess, and they take the sure out.
Yeah, so it's probably a smart play. I mean, there's going to be more runs scored in this game, so you know the one run you get at the plate would have been a force at the plate though, so that would have made it an easier play.
Emily Grant fouling this pitch away.
And one advantage of getting that runner at third is now there's nobody on third, and there's just a little psychological advantage to that. You know, when you're out there in the circle pitching and you look over and you say, yeah, I can throw whatever pitch I want. If it gets away, yeah, nobody scores.
That one's over for a strike. Pops it up. This could be a tough one, and a diving try, and the catch is made. Now the throw to third is in time. Armstrong gets its second unusual double play. This one fueled by a great catch by Maddie Clare coming sliding in. And then the tag up. She's on her knees and makes the throw to third, and it is in time. Wow, nice play. Park Center retakes the lead. They get one run, no hits, and it's 6-5 Pirates heading to the bottom of the third.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally. Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls.
But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected.
Good afternoon for softball after some rather rough spring weather here in recent days. It is 6-5 Park Center as we go to the bottom of the third. Summer Christensen leading it off here for Armstrong, the number 6 hitter in their lineup after they scored 4 runs in the second inning. That tied the game at that time at 5-5. Park Center goes back in front here with 1 in the top of the third. Armstrong looking to answer. Swing and a miss there.
Yeah, she was really fooled on that pitch.
Both teams 1 win coming in on the season, and both looking for their first conference win.
And when you get in this kind of matchup, I mean, each of these teams feels that they're better than their record shows right now at 1-6. And yeah, you get into a game with another team like that, and you go, yeah, this is the one we got.
To short, Rowan throws, and they'll get the out at first. Good strong play there as Christensen gunned down.
Yeah, she goes in the hole, and yeah, she gets around the ball so that she's not backhanding and having her momentum going towards third base and trying to make the throw. That is an excellent play.
Alyssa Eggstead is the hitter. I think she did a good job too of not being distracted by the third baseman who, tried to get to the ball and couldn't. And
Yeah, if the third baseman gets to that ball, it's a much easier play for her because all the momentum's going towards first.
There's a strike. Eggstead led off the second inning with a single. One and two count here to Armstrong's shortstop. And pounds that one into left field. So she is 2 for 2 here this afternoon.
A lot of hits going on the left side. There's that one slice double right down the line, but everything else has been pretty much pulled through the infield.
Allie Burns will be the hitter. She reached on an error as she bounced one back to the pitcher, who turned and made an errant toss to second. Didn't really have her feet set, kind of changed her mind last minute. Taps that one foul at the plate.
Right back to the booth.
I was ready. Looks at that one away, throw down to first, and looks like there may be, no, I thought he was at first calling interference there as there was a little bit of a collision, but just safely back into first is Eggstead. Burns fouls this one away. The sun has dipped behind the clouds again here for just really the second time, I think, in the game. Otherwise, we've been in bright sunshine most of the way. It'll pop up. Could be trouble. That one's going to fall in. And they will not have a play at second. Eggstead held up initially to make sure it was going to drop, but Burns just puts one in a good spot. Nobody got much of a break on this one, although I don't think really they were going to get to it anyway.
No, that was in no man's land.
So Bachmeyer will hit. She walked her first time up. Runners at first and second. One out here for Armstrong. Back to the pitcher. And safe at third as they were not on the bag. Kennedy did not get over there.
Yeah, well, the third baseman's playing in. I mean, you know, third baseman never plays on the bag. You know, but what you got to do is you can see the third baseman drifting back. She was watching the pitcher the whole time. And, you know, your first responsibility is to find the bag and then turn and look. You know, and as a pitcher, you're instructed to throw, even if the fielder isn't yet looking, because you know she will turn around.
So bases full here for Armstrong, and Kaylin Leonard will be the hitter after the conference for the Pirates.
16. Thank you, sir. I borrowed some from the other coach. Appreciate it.
Leonard's had a good day with the bat here, a couple of hits already, and a great chance here for the Falcons. Comes up with the bases loaded. Looks at a strike. And that went over the outside corner, so quickly ahead in the count.
Yeah, whatever was said at that little conference seems to have struck a nerve.
Holden with a nice pitch here to try and get her to chase a little bit, but Leonard wouldn't have it. 1-2. And that went over the outside corner for out number 2. I was just thinking if there's a pitch that's going to be close to where that last one was, I don't know that I'd take it twice in a row if I were Kaylin Leonard.
Well, this one was a little bit lower, and you know, enough for the umpire to call that one a strike.
Maddie Clare is the batter. Armstrong really not wanting to squander this opportunity here. Bases full and now 2 outs. Looks at a ball inside, down at her feet there. Pretty nice job by the catcher, Torborg, to not let that one slip past.
But again, we got such a short backstop here.
Minor up the middle, that'll be in for a hit. 1 run scores, and here comes run number 2. Armstrong back in the lead. Throw to third is not in time. And it is 7-6 Armstrong as Maddie Clare comes through with a single to knock in a pair.
That was just a nice stroke. Just got the ball right in the middle of the bat and knocked it right out to center field.
Park Center didn't execute especially well there on trying to cut that ball off either. And so now a second and third, and Danny Sorensen knocks one into left field for a base hit. 1 run in, here comes the second run. And everyone's safe as Sorensen moves up to second. And now 9-6 Falcons.
Yeah, so that extra base that they were given by not executing the cutoff scored that second run there.
And there was another opportunity there. I think if Park Center reacts quickly on that one, they would have probably had a pretty decent chance of getting Sorensen going to second on that one as well. Mary Isaac, the hitter, and moving over to third here is Sorensen as Park Center kind of having things unravel a little bit on them, as we said that they had a little trouble with that earlier. Up the middle, that'll be through for a base hit. Isaac an RBI single. Sorensen scores. Can hardly keep up with the scorebook here as they're putting good swings on the ball early in the count and knocks in another run.
I know, but you can't really say they're breaking the game open because you know, Park Center's been showing the ability to put up a lot of runs themselves.
Leah Baker will be the batter here for Armstrong. I think we may be going to see a courtesy runner perhaps at first base here. And Animala will be the runner, it looks like.
I keep forgetting that you guys might want to know too.
So Baker, who is 1 for 2 so far. Pitch taken up high for a ball.
Get very aggressive leadoff first base in that one. I suppose if you come in as a pinch runner.
And that one will be up the middle for a base hit. Nimala scampering into second base, and Baker has her second hit of the ball game, and everybody feeling confident now as they come up to the plate, really for both teams, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Not been a fun day to be a pitcher so far, I don't think. And we may see another courtesy runner here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and neither one of these pitchers is, you know, overwhelming in terms of speed. And, you know, the more they're around the plate, and they've done a pretty good job of, you know, keeping the ball in the strike zone. It gives the hitters some nice confidence to say, yeah, I'm getting a good pitch to hit.
Going to have a pitching change here for Park Center as Alexis Kohlberg, the sophomore, will come in to pitch for Park Center. We'll take a quick break as she warms up here and come back with more from Plymouth's Zachary Fields. Alexis Colbert's the new pitcher. Maya Carruthers is the pinch hitter for Armstrong, stepping in. as they have batted around in this inning now. Still runners at first and second here for the Falcons with 2 outs. They have scored 5 in the inning to go back in front 10-6. We'll see what Colbert can do here against Carruthers. A little pop-up. It's going to stay fair and no play to be had. Carruthers hits the ball about 10 feet, but she'll get an infield single out of it.
Yeah, and again, that's that soft track. I mean, the ball just hit and stuck. And, you know, in a nice hard field, that would have rolled foul easily.
Yeah, I was going to say, with all that backspin on it, your first thought is that it's probably going to go foul, but it just plain wasn't going to. She had to pick it up. Eggsted's 2 for 2. Chance to knock in even more.
Yeah, it's quite the 2-out rally.
Pitch is low. Be a play at the plate, but the throw back is too high, and Park Center able to keep that second run from scoring at least, but Armstrong tacks on another there on the wild pitch. So Eggstead, chance to knock in another 1 or 2 here. And that one tied her up inside. Swing and a miss.
Wind is picked up again.
And that one over the outside corner. I think for Park Center here too, it's just that, you know, to give them a different look right now, because they were kind of pretty well locked in on what they were seeing from Holden as the game went on here. So
yeah, and then the pitches are coming in a little bit quicker. And, you know, I suspect that she doesn't have the same variety of pitches. You know, Holden could, you know, she had a nice curveball and was moving the ball up and down a little bit. But
hit hard but foul and nearly hit the runner down there. She was in foul ground, but still scared her a little bit, I think.
Well, that's why you always come down the line from third base in foul territory.
Well, actually, she drifted back. It was to avoid the ball, but she was very close to being in fair territory there. Just outside there, Eggstead, you could almost see her head move with that one. It was tracking it in. Didn't miss by a lot. And that one, however, did miss by a lot. It's way up high, and the bases are loaded up. Boy, for just a split second, Carruthers from second looked like she thought she was going to get to walk to third and almost got herself caught. Allie Burns, the batter. Bases loaded up again here for Armstrong. Change up, fouled back into the backstop. Just the way this game has gone here, you know, you have to keep pushing to keep scoring. You never know. Park Center's got to, you know, obviously has put 6 on the board already, and they feel they can do some more damage too. High pop up into that wind and handled, and they finally get out of the inning. But it's a big inning for Armstrong as they score 6 in the third. It's 11-6 Falcons here on CCX Sports. See offense galore in this one. 11-6 Falcons through 3. Park Center will have the 9-1 and 2 spots coming up here in the top of the 4th. So Casey Johnson will lead it off, and she had a nice hit her first time up, knocked in a pair with a single.
Yeah, and Park Center's got to be thinking about, they've lost 3 runners on the bases, or actually 4. 3 double plays and caught stealing. So get some of those runs back up on the board. It's be a closer game, although I'm sure we're not done with the scoring.
Here we go, 6.
Baker working a little bit high.
.30 pitch taken for a strike there, so 3-1 count here to Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson taking all the way on that one.
And fouls it back, so count will run full. After Baker the last inning, hit the first batter, then walked the next 2, and you don't want to just throw pitches right over the heart of the plate, but I think it's something where you really want to be looking to be in attack mode. And yeah, if they hit it, they hit it. Pitch taken for a ball, and so Johnson will walk to lead off the 4th.
Yeah, that kind of goes both ways, because if they if they start hitting it, and that's kind of like what Armstrong has gotten into, to start hitting line drives, and then the next batter up starts hitting line drives.
Runner going, throw to second, not caught, and I think Johnson was going to be there anyway, so she will pick up a stolen base.
Yeah, throw is a little bit on the third base side.
Line drive and caught. Carruthers making a nice grab on that one on the end of the glove, and they will get the out.
I was thinking we're going to see our double play every inning.
That time Johnson alert though stayed right near second. Off the bat, I wasn't too sure that one was going to be caught. That was a nice play.
It was.
And this one in the dirt, and it will allow the runner Johnson to move up. That's the thing in a game with this much offense. A defensive play like the one we just saw can be that little spark plug maybe to, you get an out on a ball that maybe you shouldn't have. Here's a hard line drive down the left field line. That'll be extra bases for Rowan as the run scores. She'll be in with the double.
That was just hit on a rope real close to the line. And that's the kind of hit you like to get. So you were talking about you just throw it down the middle and attack the zone?
Yeah.
No, you want to.
No, I said don't. I said I don't mean you want to throw all fat pitches, but it's frustrating to see pitchers walking people with the big lead too. As Torborg fouls that one away. He's actually hit into 2 double plays, although they were both very unusual. Popped up both times, one of them foul, and lost track of how many outs there were. And then the first one, the base runner kind of didn't seem to find where the ball was and left, so kind of a couple base running mistakes. You were talking about all the double plays, and to be quite honest, 3 of the 4 were because of base running mistakes. Rip and a miss. Change-up, swing and a miss, but it gets away. This will be a tough one to throw, and they just get the out. It was right over the shoulder of the base runner. Nice concentration to catch that one as it almost hit Torborg. I'm looking pretty much right down that line, and I thought for sure that ball was going to hit her in the back.
Yeah, and on a play like that, the first baseman's got to set up way in foul territory. Just reach over so that you're not throwing across the runner.
So a big second out there. Kristen Audette will be the batter here for Park Center and looks at a ball wide.
Yeah, when you play on a field with a double base, the first baseman's required to use the white base except on that kind of a play.
Liner to left field, and a nice catch as Bachmeyer goes down to get that low sinking liner. So some pretty good fielding plays in the inning for Armstrong. Helped them get out of it. Park Center does get 1 run in the inning on 1 base hit. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 11-7 Falcons. Armstrong leading it by 4 as they get set to bat in the bottom of the 4th inning. Hannah Bachmeyer will lead it off after making that nice catch out in left field. Armstrong had a couple of pretty nice grabs in that inning.
And how often does that happen? A player makes a great play and leads off the next inning. If you listen to the Twins broadcast, they say 1 out of 9 times.
Bachmeyer bunted at it but didn't get it. Strike 1. Tapper to short, throwing up with it, fires across, and they'll get the out. Bachmeyer runs well, but the throw just beat her there, so 1 down.
A lot of good plays at shortstop.
Here's get a good look, definitely got her by about a step. So Leonard will hit now for Armstrong. She's 2 for 3 so far. Again, this is Alexis Colbert, the second pitcher of the game for Park Center. She came on in relief in that 6-run 3rd inning.
Yeah, that big 2-out rally. All 6 runs scored after 2 outs.
Leonard driving it out to right field, and that is going to be overhead and near the fence, and Leonard digging into second base with a double. Her 3rd hit of the game. And he got turned around a little bit out there, but still wasn't going to be very easy play to make, for sure.
It's one of those that, if she would have made it, it would have been the highlight of the week.
So Maddie Clare, who has had a couple of runs batted in today, looks at a ball there. Or 3 runs batted in, actually. Yep. That's over for a strike. That's Casey Johnson, by the way, who is out in right field now as they've switched things around after that pitching change in the outfield alignment. Pitch in on the hands, and she fouls that one into the backstop. Claire knocking one to third. They'll have the runner. Here's the throw. She is out. Leonard straying just a little too far off third, and Cheyenne Kennedy spotted it and makes the play.
I thought Kennedy waited too long to make that throw, but got her.
So now 2 outs.
Boy, the left side of the infield's been playing well.
Sorensen will bat. Pops this one up, and it's going to be playable there for Torborg, and she will make the catch. And so a rare one here is a no-run inning there, as Armstrong does not score in the fourth despite getting that one-out double by Leonard. 11-7 Falcons, the score here on CCX Sports.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to the shelterpetproject.org and meet if you are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to the shelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Go to the top of the fifth inning here, and Park Center trying to battle back here after falling behind. They trail at 11-7. And Jessa Holden will re-enter to bat here. Takes a first pitch changeup up high for a ball. And laid off that one up and out of the zone from Baker.
Yeah, Park Center's trying to build on the momentum they picked up from shutting Armstrong down last inning without any runs, which for this game has been pretty unusual. Baker again, just missing.
Pounded to short. And they get the out at first base. Hasn't been as much work, it feels like, for the left side of the Armstrong defense, but handled flawlessly there. Eggstead, no trouble.
Yeah, a little surprised she went after a 3-0 pitch, being down by four runs.
Cheyenne Kennedy, the batter now for Park Center.
You always want to teach your hitters to be aggressive, and you know, generally 3-0 is a good pitch to swing at, but there's, you know, looking at the game situation, sometimes you got to take the bat out of the player's hand.
Now another 3-0 count, this one to Kennedy. And lays off that one up high, so ball four. Kennedy walks for the second straight time. And Hurt will be the batter now for PC.
Yeah, one of the things about Leah Baker being a fairly inexperienced pitcher in terms of you know, the number of years she's been pitching, is you get in the high school games, and they can get to be long, and so.
Eggstead squeezes that pop up.
You know, so it's not unusual to see you know, someone starting to fade a little bit in the last innings. You know, if you're used to playing summer ball, a lot of those games have time limits. A lot of times you get 4 or 5 innings in, and the game's over.
So Alexis Colbert will be the batter here, and I erred earlier in saying that Holden had re-entered. Colbert was inserted into the 8th spot in the lineup, and then Grant went out of the game. So that was the defensive shuffling that went out on there. Colbert hasn't batted a lot this year, 0 for 8 coming in.
She's been doing a nice job out in the circle.
Yeah, she's kind of helped, settle things down a little, solidify a little bit. And
like you say, just something to change it up a little bit. It's her
little pop-up that'll get onto that roof of the Armstrong dugout. And a tapper to third, going to be a tough play. Throw across is in time. And they'll get Colbert on a nice job defensively there for Leonard. So Park Center does not score here in the fifth. They get one base runner, so no runs, no hits, and one left the board. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. It's 11-7 Armstrong. A lot of offense early in this one. The teams have been able to hold each other scoreless over the last inning here. So Mary Isaac will lead off the bottom of the fifth here for Armstrong. Again, if you're just joining us, we are at Zachary Park in Plymouth near Armstrong High School, and fields that they've used often over the years. Their regular home field still a little bit too wet to play today, so this is the second varsity game they've had to hold here at Zachary this year. So if the field looks a little bit different than what you maybe were expecting to see, that's the reason here. Isaac has been on all three times. A couple of fielder choices, hits this one well out to left field, and it is gone.
Into the puddle.
Mary Isaac goes deep here for Armstrong. We've had a lot of big hits in the game. That one went the farthest.
Yeah, she got a hold of that ball. Pitcher's up, and there's
little splash into the water there. It kind of reminds you of like the Kansas City Royals ballpark there.
There, San Francisco Giants out in the bay.
So the lead now back to 5 at 12-7. Leah Baker bats here for the Falcons. To third, and that one's going to roll through. Well placed. Baker has her third hit. And Maya Carruthers will be the batter here for Armstrong. Had that infield single, that little spinner that stayed about maybe 8-10 feet away from the plate. Last time drives it to right. It's going to hold up, and the catch made there by Casey Johnson for out number 1. And Eggstead will hit. Eggstead pops it up. Called for and caught there by Holden.
They're not wasting any time swinging at pitches. Trying to be aggressive and go right after him.
So Allie Burns will be the batter here for Armstrong. I'm sorry, not Burns, but lifted out to left field as Niemela was the hitter there for the Falcons, and so they are done. They do get one run on the solo homer by Isaac. It is 12-7 Armstrong.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Welcome back here to Plymouth. It is 12-7 Armstrong. Along with Jim Feldman, I'm Jay Wilcox. Northwest Suburban Conference softball here on CCX Sports. Park Center, a couple more innings to try and battle back all the way here. They're down by 5. Casey Johnson leading off the top of the 6th here. She's at a single and a walk.
Well, I'm sure they feel good about their chances.
And they feel even better after that line drive single to start the 6th. I don't think either team at any point, started to feel like, well, we're too far behind, because there's just a lot of players have hit the ball hard today and put the ball in play and made things happen. I mean, the scoring pace has slowed a little bit as the game has gone, but I think every hitter that comes up there feels like they're capable of getting a hit. Throw back to first, and Johnson back in.
I think the hitters were just taking a little break there to gear up for the last couple of innings.
Yep. Petrick was kind of robbed of a hit last time up. She hit that liner that the second baseman Carruthers just snared on the end of her glove.
Yeah, for as many runs as have been scored, there's been quite a few excellent defensive plays out there. For the most part, it's just been hits, finding the holes, and several hard hits.
Leaves that one up high, and it is ball 4. So Petrick walks for the second time here today. And Hannah Ruin will be the batter here for Park Center as they look to get an inning going here in the 6th. So far, so good. First 2 batters reach. There's the strike. See, Hannah's been a tough out today and has played well in the field also. That one in the dirt. Nice.
Yeah, nice scoop there.
Yeah, good range to get over there. You could see that she was kind of late on her feet getting up out of that crouch. Isaac. Down low with that one.
Good patience, Hannah. See the ball early. Drive one here.
Left it up high there. Kind of get the feeling she doesn't really want to give Rowan anything too good to hit. She's, I'm sure remembers these first couple at bats when she's hit the ball pretty hard. And ball 4, and they will be loaded up now for Torborg.
So you also don't want to walk her. Load up the bases, nobody out. But they've been in this situation before, and they've kind of wiggled out of a lot of jams, especially in those first 3 innings with the 80 double plays.
So Torborg, who's had a little bit of tough luck today, a couple foul pop out, and then a infield pop out that both resulted in double plays, and then last time struck out. Great chance here, though.
Yeah, you can make up for a lot of disappointment in one swing of the bat.
Everybody always remembers what happens toward the end of the game anyway,
right,
I think.
Yeah.
And Baker having trouble finding the strike zone here in this inning.
Yeah, it's kind of jumping around on her at the moment.
And that one up high as well. Torborg looking like she'd be more than willing to take a walk here and force in a run.
And I'm guessing that the take sign will be on at this point.
That one is a strike.
Right down the middle. And as a coach, that's when you kind of second guess yourself. Oh, man, I should have let her swing it that way.
Soft liner, and Eggstead will make the catch, and thought about trying to go to second there, but decided not to gamble. So 1 out, and Audette will be the batter. Audette doubled her first time up. Last time up, hit the ball well, but that was that nice tumbling, diving catch for Bachmeyer at the end of the 4th. So didn't have anything to show for it, but definitely hit the ball hard. Didn't mean to swing there, but fouls it away. Left that up high for a ball.
Hey, Baker's thrown a lot of pitches today. A lot of high counts.
And foul back into the screen right there by Audette. Pretty crucial next couple of batters here, I think, in terms of this game. I mean, if Park Center can string together a couple of hits in a row here, they are right back in it. And if not, then Baker would be a long way toward trying to seal it up. Full count here to Audette. Baker needs to throw a strike or she'll walk in a run. And it is up high for a ball, and that will force in a run as Audette takes the bases loaded walk.
And that brings a tying run up to the plate. Never want to be in that situation where one swing of the bat can tie up the game.
Jessa Holden, the hitter, she takes a strike.
Holden looks like she's got a good swing. She could connect with one.
And there's a strike. Inner part of the plate at the knees. Oh, and that one hits her in the foot and will force in another run. As Baker got ahead in the count, but then that one just got away from her.
Yeah, that 0-2 ankle burner, I've seen that many, many times. Pitcher tries to throw a perfect pitch. You know, it looked like she was trying to throw a changeup that would get her and just got away.
Cheyenne Kennedy will hit. Base is still loaded, 1 out. Now 12-9. Kennedy, a little soft liner. That one's going to drop in. Runner's held up, though. Here comes the throw to the plate.
It's a force. Oh.
And safe at home as the ball not handled on the short hop there, and just barely getting in there is Rowan there for Park Center.
Yeah, I'm not sure the catcher was thinking about the fact that it was a force out. All she had to do was catch the ball, touch the plate.
Yeah, the lead runner really played that one cautiously there.
Well, she was setting up for a tag to try and score after the, the catch was made, if it would have been a catch. And the thinking there is, well, if it does fall in, she's going to score anyway, which she did, but just barely.
New pitcher coming in for Armstrong here.
I knew you got that.
So we'll take a quick time out here as they warm up. Do you have a name with her by any chance? We don't have a 31 on what they get.
I rescued Toast from a shelter in 2011. I love Toast because she's a lazy diva. Toast does whatever she wants, obviously. She's sleeping right now. She's an epic snuggler. She's so comforting. She's so loving. Toast makes me laugh. When I walked into the shelter, I knew right then that she was special.
Kiara Hurt, the batter here. Anna Garad, the new pitcher for Armstrong. And looks at a first pitch outside for a ball. Hopefully we're close on the name, but they don't have her on the roster or anything, so not much we could do about that.
Yeah, I suspect she might be the JV pitcher.
Yeah, I agree. Hurt has had one single so far. 3 runs in this inning already for Park Center, and they still have the bases loaded. Hits it a long way, but fouled on the left field line, and Bachmeier giving chase, but it gets to the fence. Pitch up high and out of the zone. And a rip and a miss.
See it to the bat now. Getting through it.
And a called third strike as Hurt caught looking for out number 2.
Boy, when you put a pitch in a perfect spot, especially after the number of walks we've been seeing in this inning.
So Colbert will be the batter here for Park Center. And lines that one foul. So they've already had a good inning, but you'd like to, you know, when you got 3 of them out there, you'd like to take advantage and catch up all the way here if you're Park Center.
Yeah, absolutely, especially when there's only one out and you have the bases loaded.
And that one off the glove of Eggstead. A run will score. She's able to keep it in the infield, but it's now a 12-11 ball game.
Yeah, it looks like she was setting up for a play to take it over to third base, but couldn't quite come up with it.
So Casey Johnson will be the hitter. A chance for Park Center to go ahead here. They're down by 1. Just inside with that one.
And the umpire has seen a lot of balls. Sometimes it's hard to call a strike on a close pitch.
It'll pop up here. Eggstead's going to be able to get to it. And so they will get out of the inning without the tying run scoring, but it was a great inning for Park Center as they come up with 4 runs and pull to within 1 here. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 12-11 Armstrong.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
The color in my garden keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. They're my savior. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
And we head to the bottom of 6 here. All of a sudden, a much tighter game again as Armstrong's lead has been trimmed to 1 here as Park Center battled back in that top of the 6th. It'll be the 9-1 and 2 hitters scheduled for Armstrong as Bachmeyer will lead it off.
Yeah, we weren't expecting the game to be over, you know, when they get a 4-run lead, so
right.
5-run lead.
First pitch taken for a strike. Colbert's done a nice job here since coming in for Park Center. I mean, Isaac hit that home run last inning, but overall she's solidified things. Ooh, and that one, liner right at the camera there.
Go get her, Lex.
I think everyone's all right, though. To third, Kennedy up with it, and the throw across is in time. Bachmeyer is out here to start the 6th. And Kaylin Leonard will bat. Pounding it to short. Ruin knocks it down, throw across, and gets the out. Another solid play defensively there for the Pirates shortstop.
Yeah, again, no panic. You know, she was able to knock the ball down. It stayed right there by her glove, and she's picked it up and fired it over.
So Maddie Clare will bat here for Armstrong.
Good, Rex, that's good. Come on, Lex, go get her now.
Looks at a strike here. And lets that one foul and out of play. And fouling that one back.
Yeah, they've got a net right above foul territory here instead of the solid fencing.
Pounded to short again. Going up with it and fires across. So a great 1-2-3 inning for Colbert and their defense. So Armstrong in the 6th, no runs, no hits, and no one left. One more chance for Park Center here as they trail it by a run heading into the 7th.
I rescued Toast from a shelter in 2011. I love Toast because she's a lazy diva. Toast does whatever she wants, obviously. She's sleeping right now. She's an epic snuggler. She's so comforting. She's so loving. Toast makes me laugh. When I walked into the shelter, I knew right then that she was special.
There's the dangers of being the cameraman here. Just about took one in the head. It clipped the top of the camera, the viewfinder there. But everything all right there, it looks like here. Been an interesting ball game here. A lot of runs, a lot of offense. Armstrong clinging to a 1-run lead, and Park Center have the top of the order up, though, as they try and battle back. And obviously we haven't had a whole lot of scoreless innings when it's 12-11, but the second pitcher of the game for Armstrong, Anna Gerard, coming on and wiggling out of some trouble there in that 6th inning. And
yeah, and they're hoping that they're getting the same experience that Park Center got with a relief pitcher, because she's come in and stabilized the game. You know, and a lot of times it's just because it's a different look for the hitters.
Yeah, that's the thing. It doesn't mean, you know, the relievers that have come in are necessarily better pitchers or anything like that, but it's just when you change something up a little bit, they're not quite as locked in. Maya Petrick will lead it off in the 7th year for Park Center. She's been on base 3 times, a couple of walks and a single. And ball 2.
You know, the Pirates ended their last at-bat with a, bases loaded, and the batter swung at a 3-0 pitch. And, you know, in that situation where you've got the go-ahead run out at second, a lot of times that's a good play to take advantage of that and, try and get a good pitch to hit instead of waiting for a walk.
Gerard with the strike there, so 2-1. Knocks it to third, and solid play made by Leonard. Good start to the inning for Armstrong. That leadoff hitter, especially in a situation like this, last inning 1-run game, it feels so important one way or the other. If you get it on, the hitter on, it's big for the offense, and if you get him out, it's big for the defense.
Yeah, especially if you get her on, then the defense tightens up a little bit on ground balls. Maybe they try and put down a bunt, try and get that 1 run to tie up the game, and changes the whole complexion of what's going on.
Couple of walks, couple of hits for Hannah Rowan, and has also been probably the best defensive player on the field in today's game as well. Pounding it to short. Eggstead bobbles it in, will not have a play. Nice play to save that throw from getting away. So an E6 will put Rowan aboard with 1 out. And Torborg will be the hitter here for Park Center. See if they will think about trying to steal Rowan to second here. First pitch fouled away.
Yeah, I would suspect they're going to be willing to try and hit this run in, at least with 1 out. Maybe when you get a second out, be a little more aggressive.
Taken for a strike. So Gerard put in a pretty pressure-packed situation. Seems to be pretty calm out there. High and away, throw to first base, not in time. Sorensen really made a nice play. I mean, chances are there may not have been an opportunity for Rowan to advance to second, even if that throw to first had gotten through, but you never know. And her, making a clean snare of that one could have saved them a base.
Yeah, I mean, you see the right fielder cutting behind, after the ball goes past plate, getting in good backup position. So, and that's one of those little details that at this time of the game really comes in.
Fouling that one away. And a cut and a miss, and Gerard will get her second strikeout. And now 2 outs, and Kristen Audette will be the batter.
That was a big strikeout.
Starts her with a strike.
You know, with as many balls as the Pirates have seen, maybe they're
little soft liner, and the catch will be made by Carruthers, and Armstrong will pick up the victory here as they hold off Park Center in a wild one. A scoreless 7th inning pitched by Anna Gerard after she came on to get out of the 6th inning. So for the Pirates in the 7th, no runs, no hits. There was 1 Armstrong error and 1 left on base. So Armstrong getting its 2nd victory of the season and first conference win with a 12-11 battle, and it was an entertaining one, Jim. And you know, even though you see a lot of there were some errors made ultimately along the way, but a lot of it was good hitting, and there were still a lot of good defensive plays mixed in too.
Yeah, a lot of timely hitting, and you know, there were some walks, but you take advantage of those situations. You know, with Park Center hitting into those 3 early double plays, that kind of killed their early momentum, and Armstrong is able to take advantage of that and keep the pressure on.
So the Falcons, we said, now improved to 2-6 with the victory, and Park Center will fall to 1-7. We hope you've enjoyed today's telecast here from Zachary Park in Plymouth. Once again, our final score is Armstrong 12, Park Center 11.